Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Bean Turtle 977 and today I'm going to show you how to do K1 crew quarters really easily. In today's build, I used a little bit more on the stuff on the flashy side than I have in my previous builds, but it's still pretty simple and easy to obtain. Um, I once again used Survivor's Epitaph, nice little hand cannon to deal with the overloads. I have Frenzy on it for the extra damage bonus, because you'll be shooting things pretty much constantly, and you gain an extra 15% on top of that. Polaris Lance, once again, is just the reason that everything is so easy. You can get this from Mars. Wait, Mars doesn't exist anymore. No, you can get this from the exotic kiosk. Sorry. Um, and what you do with it is you just shoot the barrier champions until they do their barrier thing, and then you keep shooting them. And since Perfect Fifth precision hits return ammo to the mag, it's free ammo, by the way. You can just fire forever at them, and they barrier for like 2 seconds, and then they are stunned. Like they can't really do anything. So what you do is you just keep shooting and everything dies. It also is very helpful with the Vandal snipers. The solar shielded shanks are it helps for that and stuff like that. So I highly recommend using Polaris Lance. And then, of course, trusty Falling Guillotine. This sword is tried and true and will help you slay through any of the barriers you don't feel like killing with your scout rifle, and the Overload champions need to die quickly, and this fits the bill. On the flashy side of things, I am running Verity's Brow. It's the first time I've ever used this exotic, really. Energy weapon kills grant death throws, which provides a bonus to damage of your grenades and grenade energy. Grenade energy is really nice since I'm on Warlock, because I'm using Well of Radiance. And you can use the grenade as kind of a nice little failsafe. If you get hurt, you throw the grenade. You charge the grenade and throw it at your feet, and you gain full health and overshield. So it's a nice little thing you can do mid combat if a Vandal shoots you up a little bit. And Verity's Brow lets you keep that going, but that's not required at all. No armor exotics are required here. Of course, you definitely need Overload and Barrier because that's what the card says. I recommend running a concussive dampener mod, so you take less damage from the servitors. And I also recommend a sniper damage resist as always, because the Vandals and the Tracer Shanks really hurt. I also ran something new. You can't really get to them, but this is unnecessary as well. Elemental Charge, which has become charged with light by picking up an elemental well. And then also Elemental Ordnance kills with a grenade, drops one of your type. If you match the type, you gain a bunch of energy for all three, or a bit of energy for all three abilities. So it's a nice little thing to add on. Again, on the kind of unnecessary side, reactive pulse. When charged with light, you take damage. You do like an arc shockwave. It essentially turns you into a weak Warmind cell. So it's a nice little thing you can add on. But again, not required. With that, let's get right into it. All right, so this one's not bad. The first thing you have to deal with, you got these ads that just run of the mill like dregs and vandals. They actually are a little bit more scary in my opinion than normal sniper vandals. They have these little like tracker weapons. These little like tracker things. They can trace you around walls, whereas the dregs don't have them. The dregs don't have them, and the overloads do too. So watch for that. They will, like, no matter how hard you strafe, like I'm strafing pretty hard right now, that's why the dregs aren't really doing things to me, but like watch this. See how they just kind of hit me anyway? But yeah, so I recommend you wipe absolutely everything that you can kill these two shanks, and then push up on the overload. This is the only champion that's here, by the way. In the 1340 version of this, there will be more than one champion here. But just kill him like normal. Good old spin sword never fails you. And then in this next room, there will be these two exploder shanks. It's much more in the 1340 version. Just pop them, be careful. They can kill you and waste a life and make you upset, but they won't really do anything else. And then from up here, I recommend you start working on these guys. And then you have options as to where you move next. So you can come up here where you're pretty much completely in the line of fire, but you can see essentially everything. Or there's this new spot that I found where you're not in as much danger, except for, of course, the tracer things that'll hit you around walls. Jeez, that guy needs to be in the Major League Baseball. In Major League Baseball. He did it again. But yeah, I'm once again using, you know, as I said, Polaris Lance, because you can just sit here and peg at the barriers and they can't really do anything about it. So you have an option to either just kill this barrier champion the boring way. I fell off the map. Lamau, after falling off the map, I'm back. I haven't fallen off the map yet, so that's funny. So you can either kill him the boring way, like I am right now, or you can clear everything else out and then push him with a sword too. So you have options on that champion as well, in my opinion. Because this Lost Sector isn't that hard in comparison to others I've done. Like, Communion was pretty bad, to be honest. K1 Communion was pretty bad. The Moon ones are generally pretty hard. But these have been pretty okay. So watch these Sniper Vandals. There's one over here, and there's one on the right. There he is. Just down him pretty quickly with your Scout Rifle. Again, totally recommend Braytech, or whatever the frick this is called. I keep forgetting it. Polaris Lance. Why do I keep forgetting that? But totally recommend Polaris because it just reloads. You could just sit there and fire forever at something. It's just so nice in these because you can just stun lock barriers, you know, anything. Okay, so yeah, I recommend with that overload, I recommend stunning him and then killing these two Tracer Shanks at long distance. Those guys are kind of scary because they have perfect view of the best angle. So once you've done that, stun him until you've killed all the dregs, get them out of the way. And then now that he's the last guy alive, it's just him. Stun him, I recommend. And just W key him because nothing else is here to hurt you. For now. Smack. Okay, so now that he's gone, push up here. And for the most part, I haven't done anything that can't be done on any classes. So I'm running a Warlock right now, of course. But in a second, that's where I think this part of the guide will diverge. So this guy is interesting. He's kind of difficult to get to in an advantageous angle, I would say, because of his friends that he immunes incessantly. Just kind of peg him until he puts his shield up, then kill everything else, because once he gets staggered, he actually unimmunes everything, and that's what really messes with you killing this servitor is the immune enemies around him, because they have the high ground, and as Anakin learned, that's not a good thing. So yeah, just keep pegging until he falls over, and then finish his friends. Keep hitting him until he falls over. So if you're unlucky and after you took out these first guys, the servitor has gotten this Tracer Shank. If he is immune, you have to play this a little differently. So there's this rocket here. You can't just W key the... unfortunately, you can't just W key up to the front like I did before. You have to pop back and hope that the enemy doesn't... and hope that they don't clap you while you're waiting. So, see, now the servitor is down. You can move on with your life, start killing everything else in the room pretty effectively. So up here, there's actually a funny thing. You can do this on any character, doesn't matter because it's just a weapon. A little cheese spot. Kill the Vandals, they're annoying. Kill all the ads that you can see first. And then there's a little cheese spot you can do with the boss. Literally right here. So you see how his cannons are just hitting the ground? You could kill him this way. This is boring, and this takes a while. But he won't hurt you. He literally cannot kill you here. Right? Like, he just kind of has to sit there and take it. So you can do it that way, and that's kind of boring. Or you can do it the way that I like doing. Now, if you're under light, I do recommend the previous method, but another champion does spawn. So this servitor, I recommend pretty much doing the same thing you've done all along. If you're lucky and he comes up like this, Make sure to not mess up like I did there. If you're lucky and he pops up and pushes like that, and kill this dreg with your sword, just get him out of the way, he's annoying. But if you're lucky and he pushes like that, you can just slay him with your sword. Otherwise, you're pretty much stuck to doing this because, let me show you, this guy is really dangerous. Hit me. Hit me. See? That's a lot of health taken per bullet. So now what I do after that is a bunch of, after you kill that champion, a bunch of what are they called? I don't know. Big dudes with pikes will come out of there. Not the vehicle, but the weapon pike. So I recommend welling if you're a warlock. Just run up and well, or I guess you could bubble if you're a titan. Just run a Helm of Saint 14, and just slice him until he dies. And that's it. That's the whole Lost Sector. You run up, get your exotic, hopefully. I got Night of Another World. Pretty good exotic, by the way. Today it's helmets. But yeah, that's this whole Lost Sector. It's pretty nice. Well, that's the guide, and I hope that you subscribe for more of these. I'm trying to get them out daily. Today I had an issue because I wasn't quite able to get started. I had to run errands, so I couldn't do this until later. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will put these out daily for each 1310 Lost Sector. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you get your exotics. Peace.